Hello and welcome to the Mal and Johnny Show. I've been keeping Johnny waiting. The trouble is, last minute Easter bonnet parade, Johnny. I wasn't expecting it. Obviously, I wasn't taking part. I was there as a spectator. But what a show it was. What a show it was. 2-year-olds in Easter bonnets.
Wow, well, lovely.
Yeah.
I tell you what, when you become a grandfather, every little child you look at, your heart
Oh,
melts. It's terrible, isn't it? You can't help it.
no,
Oh,
it was a great
God.
show anyway. They'd all made Easter bonnets themselves.
Yeah, great.
And half of them cried as they walked down the runway. One to their mums or dads.
Did they even pee themselves on
Nobody.
the way?
I think they're all wearing suitable internal
Oh,
attire.
they all had pull-ups on.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I apologise, Johnny, for keeping you waiting. But I mean,
Don't worry.
you've had a busy medical week yourself. What have you been up to?
Well, I had an endoscopy,
Oh,
which, to explain, is just a camera down your throat.
oh, it's that
And
way.
Yeah, no, the other way is the colonoscopy. I remember Benny Hill saying once, he said, they said my show is full of innuendo. He said, I always thought that was an Italian suppository. Innuendo was lovely, isn't it? No,
Right,
no, it was
endoscopy. Okay, whatever it was. You're right. So
it was
what?
an endoscopy.
Yeah.
Is because
All right.
I don't know about you, but I suffer sometimes with acid in reflux.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've had it for years. You know, if in the old days you could go at 2 a.m. and have a curry and nothing would happen. But now at my age, after 7 o'clock, I get reflux. So I get a bit of acid coming up, and it's burnt my esophagus.
Oh no.
And anyway, I went to the doctor about it, and they sent me for this thing because there's a thing called Barrett's esophagus, which sounds very grand, but a guy called Barrett found out. The stomach lining, the skin on the stomach lining is very strong. It can, any acid, it can handle it.
Yeah.
But the esophagus can't.
Okay.
So when you keep getting persistent acid, it burns your esophagus and it changes the skin to be a bit like that of your stomach, which is dodgy because it can go rogue, a bit like when women have smear tests. See?
Oh, okay.
So every 2 years, I have to have this camera down to make sure it's okay.
Right. And I mean,
And it was okay.
how does it work? Because
Well, you can either have it with a spray where they just deaden your throat, a bit like when you go to the dentist, you just spray like anesthetic to your throat. But that's horrible because you're still awake and you're spitting, oh, it's blinking horrible. So, or you could have a sedative, which is put in a cannula. So you're wide awake, but you're groggy. It's like you've had a few drinks.
Oh, nice.
And that way you can, and then you lay on your side. It's only a 10-minute procedure.
Yeah.
They stick a thing in your mouth, a bit of a mouth guard. Watch my crowns, I said.
Cost a fortune.
I'm singing the cost of fortune. And then they put this camera down into your throat, right down.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And they look around and they see if there's any problems. And they'll take a couple of little, what do they call it, little snippets of samples just in case.
Yes.
And they send them off. And then that's it. And I've had it done every 2 years since about 2019.
Wow, that's good. That's good to know the health service is looking after you. And of course, and obviously all very welcome that that's being done. But the consequences, and I think you said before, you stop eating at about 7 o'clock, don't you? So
you can. 8 o'clock in the morning, I had breakfast, and that was it until 4 o'clock when they did it.
Yeah.
And then when you come round, or not come round, you're still awake, but you're sitting down. They will let you out for a couple of 40 minutes.
Yeah.
They give you a nice cup of tea and a biscuit, and that's like heaven.
Yeah.
You've never tasted a better cup of tea in your life.
Now then, what I and the viewers will notice from the camera, not the endoscope, but what's happened to your right hand? Show us your right hand. What's going on there?
My right hand?
Yeah, what's that marks? There's lots of brown stuff on your fingers. Have you cut yourself or what?
Oh, hey, I have. I've cut myself.
No.
Do you know I never noticed that?
Well,
I've been clearing stuff out of the garret. Is it? I think it's paint. It's paint. I've been clearing all the rubbish out of the garage. There's a load of paint pots. I'm going to take them down the tip.
Okay.
I'm going to be down there by 3. That's why I had to do it a bit earlier.
Well, that's right. You've got to go to Barry to the tip. Look at it, man. I'm worried. Look at everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you show the camera?
Right.
Show the camera. Up here. There we are. Oh, it's okay. It's a paint. It's not. He hasn't cut himself. Okay.
It's paint. It's paint.
Because you've got to book in now, haven't you? If you're going to go to the tip.
I know, what a drag you got. I mean, I understood it when it was the old the virus, but now, why do you have to do it now? You used to turn up, and that was it.
No.
Anyway, I had a slot at 3, so that's me.
So
I'm on stage at 3.
I'll do
anyway, talking about
Do 20
Well,
minutes. You'll do 20 minutes, will you? You'll do
I'll
20
do
minutes.
20 minutes, yeah, for the guys. But no, I've had funny enough, about an hour ago, I got a text from somebody
Yeah.
in Leeds
Right.
that wants me to do my Frankie Bones show up there because it's this
Oh,
Jewish society that I'm going to do.
yeah.
And could I do my Frankie? Because he was brought up in Leeds, wasn't he, Frank?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Will it take a lot of effort to get it, get the show up and running?
Well, I did it not long ago, you see. So it's all on the computer. So all I got to do is look and see and
Yeah.
remind myself which song. I can remember all the songs.
Yeah.
And the dialogue, Alwyn does the dialogue. So
Oh, brilliant. So
between us,
it's a
yeah.
two-man show, but is it one of the man's a woman?
Yeah, but I might take the other girl as well. It depends if they pay enough money. They have two of them, and then they can do the harmonies and things behind me.
Oh, fantastic. Now then, you caught me in the studio. I've been busy. No, wrong way. Now then.
What's that behind you there?
Can
What's
you see that there now? Hold on, that there, right?
Yeah, I can see it, yeah.
I've had that on my computer. Have you ever known that? No. Have you ever had something in your life that you didn't know you needed, and then you go, "Oh my gosh, that's him." No, all right. I didn't know I had this, right? And I
Right.
didn't know how wonderful it was.
What is it, a program, is it?
Program. It's called spectral something or other. Spectral analysis. Spectral. Anyway, what it does, right? And it came with a program I've already got called Cubase, where I do all my music on. And I had seen
Right.
it, and I thought, what's that lot about it? I don't understand. But what it does is it analyzes a track, right, Johnny? So any track,
Right. Yeah.
analyzes the track, and then it separates it out into different parts. A stereo track. No, I was telling you, but not like the Beatles have been doing.
Yeah.
Well, it's unbelievable. It's like magic. So all this, it starts off as one color. So when I first put that track in, I don't know what the track is. Like, it's like it was all in green, right?
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
I say, do your thing, AI, do your thing, and it splits it up into voice, drums, bass, guitar. And
So it's like in the old days when you had everything on separate tracks.
yeah, but it does it. It's like it separates. It's like someone described, because I found it last night, and the guy described it on YouTube in one of those like videos where they they tell you it's like a tutorial. He said
Yeah, I
it's
know.
like going into a cake and taking out the eggs after it's been cooked.
Well, this is fantastic. It's because in the old days, as you know, we have a 32-track machine,
Yeah.
and there'd be something on each track, strings, drums, but it was all separate in those days, as you know. But now you could. What you're trying to tell me is you could play anything into that now, fully finished,
Yeah.
and they would break it all back up into the parts like it was at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, some of some things work better than others. So voices work well because voices are they're in the middle and they're the loudest.
Yeah.
Pull that out. But say you'd made a record now, Johnny, and you thought,
Yeah.
oh, I wish I'd put a little bit more reverb on that voice. Well, now you
can do
can. After you finish the record, you can
Wow.
take it out and you can put it on a separate track and you can put up the reverb. It's amazing.
Or if you wanted to say, right, I want the strings to come a bit louder there, you
Bit
can
louder.
do that. Or
You
whatever.
can. Strings are a bit more difficult. Bass, drums, guitars, easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Right.
But no, it's absolutely amazing. I only found it yesterday, and I
So if you had a track, we'll say on the record of we'll say Sammy Davis Jr.
Sammy Davis
singing,
Jr.
okay?
Yeah.
You could put that in, and you could split him up, and you could take his voice out. You could put yours in and use his track.
I'm sure that's illegal,
No,
Johnny. And
I know it's illegal, but I'm sure
wouldn't
you could do it.
I wouldn't condone that at all, and I'm not going to try that as soon as we finished our podcast. I'm never going to do that. But no, it's amazing. It's because I've got these tracks, I've got these tracks like from Gus Dudgeon. Gus Dudgeon produced a lot of tracks for me, but he produced David Bowie's Space Oddity and all of Elton John.
What was it on Reel to Reel?
On Reel to Reel, yeah. 24
yeah.
tracks. Some of them I managed to get as 24 tracks. But the thing is, you see, because they only had 24 tracks, right? So say they used up all 24 tracks. Well, then they'd get another tape machine, right? And they'd mix some of that down over here.
Yeah.
So
It's
you could
called
carry on.
ping-ponging.
Yeah, so you could carry on working then. So then you've got all the strings and the brass and the backing vocals are on this tape. Like I didn't get that tape. I only got this tape. So I've got this tape and I've got the little tape, you see. Little tape like that. So I can then take the strings and the brass and everything off that little tape and stick it on this one.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Fantastic.
So yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good. I got all these blinking 32-track tapes, and as you know, they're like that wide.
Yeah.
I'll never use them ever again. I haven't got a thing I can play it on. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I can give you that address in London. If you take them along, they'll transfer them. They'll transfer them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
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 Because it'd be nice to get. Because I got like a whole album at one point, all on this big track, and all my singles were done on 32 tracks.
So we should do it. It'd be a nice day out in London, and they do it all while you're there, and then you can put it out as a record again. Yeah.
Good.
All right. Well, I can't keep.
I got to go to the tip.
You've got a date with Destiny at the tip. All right.
But I'll clean this off my hand before I go, in case I give the guys a fright. Think I've committed suicide.
It's the worst case of attempted suicide we've ever seen.
Yeah, that's right.
He's got his hand. All right. So Easter's coming up, and you got the grandchildren. Are we doing this next week, or do you need to take next week off with the grandchildren?
No, I'm all right.
You're all right.
You let me know when you're free, and
Lovely.
we'll do something.
Fantastic. All right. So where am I now?
In fact, talking about the grandchildren, just a quickie, they've got Boom television going into my granddaughter's school today,
Right.
to the little one's class, and they're going to film them for something. So she was over the moon. I'm going to be on television tonight, she said. She's only 6, you know what I mean?
She sounds like us, Johnny. When we find out Johnny, I'm going to be on television.
Yeah, you're going up to London soon.
You're in London, yeah. I'm doing a couple of gigs over the Easter period. One in Eastbourne, one in London, and then a couple of other things, and then back to the Crazy Cocks for a single show. So yeah. Lots coming up,
You'll
Johnny.
be in the Crazy Cocks, and I'll be in the synagogue in Leeds. You know.
It's a funny way to make a living, isn't it? It's a living. Are you comfortable? I'm making a living.
Making a living. Yeah, that's right.
All right, boy. Have a good time. So it's goodbye from me, and it's
L'chaim from me.
L'chaim. And I'll have a shave next time. See you soon, Johnny. Bye.
Ta-da, mate. Ta-da.